United that they were able to pull that strings out there by taking all 3 points away from home.
Nasarawa United, they're benefiting from the sleep of Abia Warriors there. We just hope that they can get better. Talking about the two coaches on showcase, Imama Mapakabo and Coach Mangut Vaz. Both of them were players for Sharks Football Club, Pohako, when I did some job there. And now I think there's some camaraderie amongst the two. Talking about the weekend result, 4-2 ended between Rangers and Warri Wolves. Rangers International scoring 4 goals in this fixture.
Yeah, great result for Rangers. I think they needed this victory. Because of that, they've moved up to at least 4th on the league table with 36 points after 22 games played so far. They started the season very poor, all right, but they are just gradually picking up points. And no thanks to them losing their media officer, earlier in the season. Last year, which for me I think he had a very serious toll on the team and the players as well, because he's one man who truly knows how to crack the players, to crack a lot of joke among the players. He uplifts the players whenever they are down. So I think gradually they are beginning to get back their mojo.
Meanwhile, Enyimba International woes in the Premier League continues because Niger Tornadoes beat them by 2-0. Shooting Stars of Ibadan and Insurance of Benin ended 1-0 in favor of the home side, Shooting Stars of Ibadan. Wiki Tourists beat Kano Pillars by 1-0. It was goalless between Katsina United and Plateau United. Today, Remo Stars will attempt to stop Kun Khalifat at 4 p.m. Nigerian time.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out if Remo Stars can be able to do that, because it's been a struggling time for Remo Stars so far this season. Trying to defend the title they won last time out. It's been a difficult one, and then they faced further sanctions last week after crowd trouble out there, where they were banished from playing from their home side and fined about 7 million naira. So I think it's a troubling time for Remo Stars. Let's see if they can be able to get all 3 points today.
Well, looking at Nigerian football and its latest ranking, is not good at all, Mike. 91st position, Nigeria has dropped to 91st position in the 2025 International Federation of Football History and Statistics ranking. This is looking very disturbing.
Very, very disturbing indeed. I think
it was 76 way back in the 2024.
Yeah.
Now at the end of 2025, they have dropped waves 74 to 96, 91.
It's about a 15% drop, which for me I think is quite terrible. Ranked outside 90th position in the world of football, and not a good one at all. Even teams like Brazil are even making some headway as well, 3rd in the world right now. But for the Nigerian Premier Football League, I think it shows that a lot needs to be improved. A lot, I tell you, a lot. It is only one African country that is among the top 20, which for me it is Egypt. All right, Egypt among the top 20. Away from that, we've seen most of the European team dominating the, from 1st to 20th position. So I think for the Nigerian league, we need to do a lot, because it is a wake-up call for me. No doubt, Benga Elegbele, he's been doing a lot in order to ensure that the league improves. But then it looks as though it is even further going down the trail when we are talking about improvement.
Nigerian football going down from 76 to 91 now, as rated by FIFA's statistics, and this is not looking good at all. Maybe it has to do with our performances. Yes, of course, it has to do with our performances, but especially with our continental performances in last year. As we speak, Mike, it's only Rivers United that's into the group stage of the CAF competition this time around, and that doesn't speak well of our football. And talking about Rivers United in the CAF competition, at the weekend they were in Zambia, dollars in Zambia. They were able to force their counterparts to a goalless draw. That's a good one, and capable of improving on our quality of football on the continent.
I won't really say it's a good one for them. Having lost 2 of their games, I expected them to get all 3 points, at least to have a little hope. You lost your first game against the South African side. You lost the second game back here home in a very disappointing manner because you were leading up to 90 minutes. Just 5 minutes added time, you allowed the away team to score the equalizer and took the lead and eventually took all 3 points in your backyard here, losing first 2 games, going away from home against one of the weak opponents in that very group, and you are drawing. And for me, I'm not really impressed with that result. But then, however, we just hope as they come back for the return leg back here in Uyo, they can be able to get all 3 points.
Return leg fixture is in Uyo this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And we hope to see that, like I said, if they have gotten 3 points in Ndola, Zambia, then get another 3 points this weekend, then you say, well, anything can happen in the last group fixtures. But we'll keep our fingers crossed and see what Philly George and his boys are capable of doing. But this is one of the reasons why our latest ranking has been so down, 91 in African, in the world football in terms of club, and national league performances. That's not too good. But still looking at ratings at the weekend, Nigerian players dominated the international statistics for African ladies football for 2025. We had 5 Super Falcon stars any sports in the continent's best team. When you have 5 of our national team players, entering into the continent's team, that looks good. Chiamaka Nadozie, we have Michelle Alozie, there is Ashley Pomtre, and of course midfielder Christy Uchebe, and of course Rashidat. 5 of them entering into this squad for the continent.
Yeah, never in doubt. I think they truly deserve to be there because these are some of the best legs right here in the continent of Africa. They've shown consistency. The last African Cup of Nations was a clear example to the quality that they bring to the African team right here. And for me, I think it's no surprise at all that layers of Ashley Plumtel, Lozier, you talk about Chris Uchebe, Chiamaka Nadozie, also made a list. So for me, I think it is no surprise at all.
Okay, well, let's quickly stay away from Africa now and quickly go to Europe. And the Premier League saw the attention of a lot of football followers at the weekend. First, we saw 4 matches played yesterday at the Premier League. All 4 of them ending in favor of the away side. First, it was Brentford up against Nottingham Forest, and Brentford lost at home 2-0 ended. Crystal Palace playing at home were beaten by Chelsea by 3-1. Newcastle playing at home lost to Aston Villa 2-0 ended. Then at the Emirates Stadium, the big one happened. Arsenal conceded 3 goals for the first time in about 8 years from Manchester United. Manchester United has never beaten Arsenal at home for this long, and as if that was not enough, in over 120 games, this is the first time Arsenal is conceding as many as 3 goals in a fixture. Mike, how did it happen at the Emirates Stadium?
I think it was, football. Football happened to them because this Arsenal side, we know how good they've been so far throughout the season, both domestically and the continent. Talking about the Champions League, where they were, in fact, they are still topping first in the league, domestically, first in the UEFA Champions League. They've been very good so far. You talk about the squad depth, they have it, so they have this team spirit and chemistry among the players. It's just that football sometimes could be very cruel, that, what you don't expect is what actually happens sometimes. Not too many expected Manchester United to go away from home, especially at the Emirates, and broke or cracked down the defense of Arsenal that seems to be not seems to be that it is more like a wall of Jericho, because you find it very difficult to get a shot on target against Arsenal, not even scoring 3 past them. So I think football sometimes it happens that way. But for Arsenal, I think wake up call for them, and the pressure may just be getting to Arsenal right now. The point lead has further been reduced to 4 as it is right now. And gradually, Arsenal are beginning to go back to their shell. The last 3 games right now, it's been a difficult one for them. 2 draws and 1 defeat in the last 3 English Premier League games for Arsenal. And it is a call for concern for Mikel Arteta.
Mentality of the team has to reset. That's what the coach of the team is talking about. And everybody agrees with him that the team really has to sit up now and see how they can chase the remaining pack. It looks like Manchester United under Carrick is getting the job done. They've beaten two big teams now, Manchester City and Arsenal. How far can Manchester United go? Can they get to Champions League places this time?
It's looking likely with what we are seeing with Michael Carrick since he came on board. I think he's been able to, gradually giving the players that confidence. The players that literally don't get, starting belts under the Amorim era, they are beginning to show the stuff they are made up of. Harry Maguire was, key and very central to their, victory yesterday. So Kobe Mino as well. And then the return of Brian Buemo from the African Cup of Nations has further boosted the squad. Matis Cunha, he came on yesterday, and did pretty well, taking that fantastic outside reaction. So it's looking likely that Manchester United might just, finish within the UEFA Champions League this season.
Manchester United looking good. Chelsea as well, trying to see how they can as well maintain their position out there. But it is still 4 points clear for Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. Every game right now will be very important to the teams, especially the ones trying to enter into Champions League position. Let's look at what is happening in the La Liga. FC Barcelona continues to stay at the top, courtesy of a 3-0 win at the weekend over Real Oviedo. Mike, this was an unexpected result.
Definitely. Real Oviedo, not a team that you want to say they were going to trouble, the Catalan-based Giants. We're talking about Barca, Dani Olmo, showed some brilliance again. Then we talk about the young, Spaniard, Yamil Amal. He can't stop scoring and can't stop some of those magical tricks that we know of him. We saw the beautiful goal he scored yesterday, and the ever-present Brazilian winger, Rafinha, also on the score sheet. So Barca looking likely that this season they are going for the title yet again.
Real Madrid were winners at the weekend as well, so they still come close. Second place position, in the La Liga in Spain. We'll bring you all results of the matches played in the La Liga on our program Sports Extraordinary at 6 p.m. But first, let's look at the latest from the German Bundesliga. What happened to Bayern Munich at the weekend in the Bundesliga in Germany?
Football, I would say, happened.
They lost to Augsburg.
Very surprising. Very surprising.
2-1 it ended.
2-1 it ended. Even when some were still having the belief that Bayern was going to, leave it late, it wasn't to be, as eventually they failed the first time, this season, dropping all 3 points. Football sometimes could be very, very, humiliating and very humbling. Not too many saw that were coming. And for Bayern, I still think the league is there despite the loss.
They still maintain their top position in the German Bundesliga. Let's quickly now see what is latest from the Italian Serie A. Atalanta, 4 goals better than Parma. Genoa beat Bologna by 3 goals to 2. Encounter everybody watched. Juventus versus FC Napoli. What happened? Juventus 3, Napoli no goal.
I think for Napoli of late right now, they've lost that spark under Antonio Conte. The last 3 games has been a real struggle for them. So the reason why they've been dethroned from the top spot right now, Inter Milan correctly, running their affairs in the top table out there. So for Napoli and Antonio Conte, I think they need to sit up because Juventus haven't been the best of their version so far this season, but then they still manage, find a way to break down, Napoli.
Inter Milan continue to control the business in the Italian Serie A, courtesy of a 6-2 win over Pisa, and no one right now looks like coming close to Inter Milan's in terms of position and number of goals scored so far in the Italian Serie A. Let's quickly see the latest from the French League 1. Brest lost at home. Toulouse beat them by 2 goals to nothing. Then it was another home loss for Metz. Lyon beating them by 5 goals to 2. Goalless ended between Paris FC and Angers. Then Monaco played a goalless draw with Le Havre. And PSG continue to show that they are champions and, of course, leaders in the League 1, courtesy of a 1-0 win over Auxerre. Auxerre, very old team in the in the French League 1.
Definitely, Auxerre. Well, we had a very rich history out there in the French League One. So we just see pertaining all. I still think that it's going to be one way right there this season yet again for Paris Saint-Germain.
PSG leaders of the league in France, and we told you Inter Milan are leaders in Italy, while in Germany they may have lost the first game of the season, but they continue to lead Bayern Munich. And in England, it is Arsenal. Yes, they lost for the first time in their own stadium in about 8 years to Manchester United only last night. Action continuing in the Premier League tonight, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Everton will try to see how to collect 3 points from the encounter between them and Leeds United. It looks to me like an average pairing.
Yeah, I think it's a very average teams meeting each other. We'll be trying to just reach out for all 3 points. I believe with the experience of Everton, the teams, they're going to take all 3 points against Leeds tonight.
In Spain, there will be action as well. Girona will take on Getafe. Then in Italy, we'll watch the encounter between Hellas Verona and Udinese. And that will be it for this edition of Sports Talk. Definitely, we're back at 6 p.m. for updates of the latest from the Australian Open. And of course, some of the results of the matches that were played, at the weekend. In the CAF competitions, there are group games that took place. We'll bring you some of the results as well. Until then, remember, peace and unity are clearly pathways to progress. Always enjoy here on Atlantic Television Network.